Okay, so this is my first video where I changed the moniker of my YouTube channel to Truth in All Things. So this is the very first episode of Truth in All Things. Yeah, I just want to try to uncover as many truths as I can in the time that I've been given in this world. So I'm going to make another old world exploration video today, focusing on Massachusetts. State of Massachusetts, which you know is one of the first of the U.S. colonies. I'll touch on Connecticut just because. So, but my main focus will be on Massachusetts and the ridiculous architecture and the ridiculous timelines that we have been given, and the fact that there were no power tools at this time when all of these buildings were constructed within a very short time frame. So that will be my focus for today's video. So let's get going. I made my notes in a Word document. So I'll be clicking on links and showing pictures, and we'll just see how it goes. So a little background on Massachusetts and Connecticut, both of which became states in 1788. But you know, Massachusetts started out as the Massachusetts Bay Colony in the 1600s. But before we get going with the architecture, a little research with ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT a lot. This is maybe the fourth time that I have used it. But I do find it does shorten research time. So I just used it to I asked ChatGPT in the what construction equipment was available in the early to mid 1800s. And here is what it said. In the early 1800s, construction relied heavily on manual labor and hand tools, as mechanized equipment was not yet prevalent. Craftsmen utilized a variety of tools, many of which had been used for centuries, to perform tasks ranging from cutting timber to shaping stone. Key tools included axes, saws, chisels, planes, hammers and mallets, augers and gimlets, which are used for boring holes into wood to facilitate the insertion of wooden pegs or nails. Adzes, a curved blade tool, which I have used in ads actually, to help my dad dig a trench for our water pipe. So I'm familiar with the adze, a very sophisticated manual labor tool, and plumb lines, and squares and compasses. Of course, the Freemasons are very fond of their squares and compasses. Anyway, so these tools required significant skill and physical effort to use effectively. Yes. All right. So let's explore and see what the early settlers and master craftsmen were doing with their axes, saws, chisels, and mallets, shall we? So first, Harvard is in Cambridge, Massachusetts, founded in 1636. It is the oldest institution of higher learning in the United States. Harvard University, founded in 1636. 636. Nice. Anyway, important. The population of Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630 was 506 people. So with 506 people, they found a need for founding Harvard University. In 1640, the population had jumped to 8,900. A 1,665, almost 666, percent increase from 10 years prior. Again, does even 9,000 people merit the building of an elaborate university, prestigious university, with ridiculous architecture, using their axes, saws, chisels, and mallets, and horse-drawn carriages? Let's look at some of the architecture, shall we? So I have this pulled up. So this is an early image of Oxford. Sorry, why am I saying Oxford? Harvard. I apologize. Harvard University. Nice bell tower. Multiple arches in the bell tower. We see some very elaborate buildings here on the sides as well. Again, the same image, colorized image, and we see that the same bell tower is here today. But it originated quite early on. An image of Harvard from the 1700s. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so yeah, these are obvious drawings, but look, 1700s. This is what they needed in the 1700s to educate. I don't know what. Let me go back to the population data. Sorry. Okay, in 1660, Massachusetts Bay Colony had 20,000 people. So in 1700, who knows? Maybe they were up to 50,000. Still, when it was founded in 1636, they only had like 500 people. So, all right. Moving on. Let's see. Okay, here is Memorial Hall, which is located. It's a part of Harvard University, and this was built in 7 years, from 1870 to 1877. Okay. 1870s, again, before power tools, using their mallets, chisels, and plumb bobs, and transporting all of the marble and granite and stone and bricks and making the glass, who knows where. Memorial Hall. Can it not get any bigger? Sorry. Should just have all of these saved and ready to go. Okay, I don't need to go there. Anyway, yeah. Very elaborate rose windows, cymatic windows and archways, multiple archways, and just the elaborate nature of these buildings. The Antiquitech with these spires. Yeah. Anyway, so 1870s, they were building this out of necessity, no doubt. I hear my computer starting to make noises. Oh, there's the hall in Yale. Lovely. 1870s. Chisels, mallets, hammers, saws. Quite the craftsman. All right. Yeah, that's just beautiful and ridiculous. Okay. Moving on. Back to my notes. The Massachusetts state capitol, built between 1795 to 1798. Yes, built in 3 to 4 years in the 1700s. So this is the state capitol that they built. Let's see. Looky there. All these columns and arches and a golden dome. Of course you have to have a golden dome. Red brick. But here you can see, built 1795 to 1798 according to Wikipedia. At a cost of $133,000. $133,333. Wow. Spot on. Look at that. They love their 33s. Nice. Okay. So yeah, this is the Capitol that they built in the 1700s. Okay, and so now we're going to look at the Connecticut State Capitol, which was built between 1872 and 1878, so a 6-year build time. Connecticut State Capitol, late 1800s. And wow, those people in the 1800s. I mean, of course we don't build like this now, but we definitely could. I mean, with all of our advanced technology. We are living in the most advanced age, I mean, obviously. I mean, look at our box buildings that don't last more than 25 years, but, you know, we could build like this if we wanted to. We just don't want to. We choose not to. So this is how they were building in the late 1800s with their horse and buggy and chisels and hand saws and mallets. Yes, indeed. Quite the craftsmen they were. Quite the craftsmen. Why is it not showing a larger image here? I don't. Okay. Maybe my computer's slow. That's very possible. I mean, just wow. Yeah, don't expect much in the form of narration in my videos. I show images, and then I ooh and ah and make snarky comments. So if that's not for you, then. Okay, so that is the Connecticut State Capitol. Back to my notes. Cambridge, Massachusetts City Hall. So Cambridge, Massachusetts is where Harvard is located. Here's a postcard from is it cardcow.com? I believe it's cardcow.com. That Old World Explorations, that channel told me about, which is another awesome channel if you enjoy Old World stuff. Old World Explorations and My Lunch Break and oh, I Am the Impossible Dreamer or Impossible Dreamer. He's awesome, amazing. JT Follows JC, Leaving Babylon, Lucius Aurelian. Yeah, a lot of really great. Oh, John Levi, of course. He's been doing this work for, I don't know, 5 or 6 years now, or longer, 7 years. John Levi. Awesome. Okay. So this is Cambridge, Massachusetts City Hall. Sorry, when was that built? 1888. Built in 1 year. Between 1888 and 1889. That's according to Wikipedia. Built in 1 year in the 1800s with no power tools. take it in with your eyes and think about that. Oh, glad they have that flag there. It's really good. We want to be inclusive. I mean, just we don't build like this anymore. Again, not because we can't. Obviously, with our smartphone technology, we're very advanced. Our 5G that's radiating us and giving us all cancer. Yeah, amazing. Anyway, there's more, much more, much more. Let's keep going. This is the old City Hall in Boston, Massachusetts, built in 3 years, between 1862 and 1865. Oops, I forgot my one. Between 1862 and 1865. 3 years. So this is the old City Hall in Boston, Massachusetts. But yes, we're going to come across an image of the new City Hall. And oh, it's a beauty. Much more beautiful than what they had here. We'll just have to wait and see. This one. Sorry, my computer's slow. It's old. It's like 5 years old. But it's holding up nicely. I will never speak badly of you, baby. I have to speak nicely. So here is the old Boston City Hall. Beautiful building. Built in 3 years with horse and wagon and no power tools and wooden mallets and saws and plumb bobs. Yep. Beautiful. My goodness. Do they have? I'm sure they're. But this is the new Boston City Hall. Look at that beauty. Does not compare, does it? I mean, look what we can do. Amazing. Yeah, just amazing. Much better than this. I mean, look at this eyesore. I mean, these archways and these pillars and the marble. Yeah, this brown brick eyesore of a box is much more attractive. Yeah, it's very sad. Okay, moving on. There's a lot more to see, a lot more. Okay, so then I thought, okay, so let's take a look at some of the cathedrals in early Massachusetts. So these are all in Massachusetts, in various small towns around Massachusetts in the 1800s before power tools, in the time of horse and buggy. St. Mary of the Assumption in Fall River, Massachusetts, built in 4 years, 1852 to 1856, where Fall River, Massachusetts had a population of 12,000 people. Maybe half of which were men, so 6,000 men, maybe half of which were men of age, where they could use the saws and mallets and chisels. So maybe 3,000 working age men, minus the older men, and then I'm sure all of them were skilled to build this. Let's take a look at what these 12,000, this population of 12,000 did. It's probably faster if I copy and paste the URL. Well, it would be faster if I had all these windows open to begin with, but I don't think my computer could handle it. It would probably blow up, so. No, we're just going to take our time, but have a look. Cathedral of St. Mary's. Built in 4 years in the 1800s. Amazing. Rose windows, vaulted ceilings, columns, archways, intersecting archways. Ah. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. I hope you can see okay. I'm sorry I'm not able to blow up these images. But, yeah, just amazing. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Okay. All right, there's more to see. So that is St. Mary's in Fall River, Massachusetts, built in 4 years. Let's take a look at the Cathedral of St. Paul in Worcester, Massachusetts. The town was founded in 1869. The population of Worcester, glad I don't live there, in 1850 was 130,000. So that's pretty big. I apologize. It's late here. I'm in South Korea and it's 10:15. Yes, that's late. So this was a 37% increase in population from the previous census, whenever that was. Anyway, in 1850, it had a population of 130,000. Oh, I'm sorry. So this cathedral was found, unearthed in 1869. I don't know if it gave a build date. Anyway, found, dug up in 1869. Let's take a look. See what these, oh, again, I should just copy and paste. It's probably faster. I'm going to try that. Here we go. Copy and paste. And there's St. Mary's. Let's see, is that faster than if I control click? Nope. Probably because it's a tiny URL and it has to redirect, and I think I have my VPN on, so that slows everything up. I apologize. Here we go. Cathedral of St. Paul in Worcester. If you're from there, I apologize. Please correct my pronunciation. Massachusetts. Built, oh, it didn't say how long. It probably took, 3 years. That's all you need, really, in the 1800s, because they're so, well, they're just so hardy and talented, unlike we are today. Oh, this picture isn't any bigger. Oh, what happens if I do that? Nothing good. Nothing. Okay, sorry. Yes, I'm computer illiterate. Oh, man. But anyway, I mean, just the brick, the stone, the quality, the spires. They probably removed a bell tower, for all we know, because the bells were used for healing frequencies. But the stained glass, is that the same? I don't know. Anyway. And the pipe organs, which have pretty much been removed from most places, because they also gave off healing frequencies. And there's this lady who, many years ago, she recorded the resonance given off inside different cathedrals. I mean, just a silent cathedral, no organ playing, nothing, just the silence. She took a frequency, anyway, fingerprint of different cathedrals, and it turned out to be the same frequency resonant frequency of the rose window above the doorway. Pretty amazing. All right, what is next? Old South Church in Boston, Massachusetts, built in 1873. Built in 1873. 1 year? I don't know. One moment, I have to start a new video. All right, continuing. So here is Old South Church in Boston, which was built in 1873. That's what Wikipedia said. So, I mean, I guess it's possible they built it in 1 year. They are very, hardworking, talented, dexterous, ambitious. Anyway, look at this. The bell tower, the spires. Oh, I mean, I should just download it. I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna zoom in. Save image as. Sorry, should have done this. Doing it now. Right. Ah, that did not help at all. Did not help at all. Okay, well, it's very pixelated, and I apologize, but you can make out, cymatic windows. These buildings were made to last, and they aren't boxes like we build today. Copper and brown brick and limestone and granite and yeah, just beautiful. All right, glad I didn't close the wrong window. So that's Old South Church in Boston. Really beautiful. And I opened up this window. Oh no, didn't want that one. Okay, sorry. Close that. Oops, looks like you've wandered off the beaten path. Well, I sure did. Don't know why that's open. Okay, here are 10 churches in Massachusetts that leave you absolutely speechless, and they give background information. All right, so this is St. Leonard's in North End, Boston, founded in 1873. Founded. The First Church of Christ, scientist. Okay. Wow, when was this built or founded? Founded in Lynn, Massachusetts. Founded by Mary Baker Eddy in 1875. Construction began in What? Oh. So she decided she was going to found a church. And then they began construction in 1893. The main dome soars to a height of 224 feet. Not a problem in the 1800s. Cathedral of the Holy Cross, South End. What are they going to say about this one? Look at that. Cathedral of the Holy Cross, Roman Catholic. Construction began in 1866, completed in 1875. 9 years to construct. With hammers, chisels, plumb bobs, and hand saws. Mhm. What's next? Basilican Shrine of Our Lady of Perpetual Help in Roxbury. Wow, look at those spires. The multi-sided dome, little cupola. My goodness. Look at that pipe organ. Oh, wow. Let's see. The very first Mass at the original church was held in 1871. 1870, the Redemptorists constructed a humble wooden church on the spot where the modern basilica is. The church was eventually, I don't know. Here's the Old South Church again. Copper dome, spires, Antiquitech. Construction finished in 1873. Was first assembled in 1669. Construction finished in 1873. Still don't buy it. Trinity Church, more like a castle. Boston Back Bay. Wow. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Whew. Ah. Sorry. Yeah, if you're looking for intelligent banter, that's not me. I'm an image person. I show images when I can open them, and let's see. Founded in 1733. 1733. Amazing. East Boston Madonna Shrine. First Religious Society Church, Newburyport. Now that's a little more modest looking. You know, it's made of wood. Now this is something we could make and we would make. Of course. 1940s, so yeah, it's not impressive. St. Stanislaw Kostka Church in Adams. Oh, wow. Now that's impressive. Oh, look at those vaulted archways that intersect and just the detail, the materials, the marble, the paintings, the crystal. Founded in 1902. Still didn't have many power tools back then either. Founded. But when was it built? Did you have a fire? Okay, well, anyway. Interesting. Next, churches, St. Leonard's. We'll just look at a few more churches, then we'll get to the insane asylums. St. Leonard's of Port Maurice Parish. I'm copying and pasting. I think it is a little faster. We'll see. Twiddling our thumbs. So, what's next? And I'll click on this one too. And I can give some history. So, St. Leonard's of Port Maurice Parish, founded in 1873. 1873. A lot of construction going on in 1873. It's pretty amazing. I wonder what the population was. Anyway, I'm not going to fool around with that right now. So here's, St. Leonard's of Port Maurice Parish, 1873. Look at that. Look at the domes, the archways, the painting, the detail, the quality, the symmetry. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at that. 1873. They sure put us to shame. We have more advanced tools and quarrying equipment and tools for cutting stone and mechanization for transporting the stone, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is what they were capable of in the 1800s. And then, so the next church is St. Anthony's of Padua in New Bedford, Massachusetts, founded in 1895. In 1890, the population of New Bedford was 40,000. So, I mean, that's, it's pretty good, 40,000. So half of them are men, and anyway, 1895, let's take a look. Wow. Look at that. I mean, the height of the, I can't, the spires, the steeple, sorry. I need more sleep. If you only knew. But I hope you can see okay. I mean, it's of course clear because it's right in front of me on my screen, but if you're just watching on your phone, then it might not be so clear, and I apologize. But the archways, the paintings, the materials used, the vaulted ceilings, for Pete's sake. Just incredible. Wow. Just wow. And again, I apologize for the narration. That's not my strong suit. I gather the information, I present the information, and you can do with that as you will. All right. What's next? Cathedral of the Holy Cross, groundbreaking in 1866, opened in 1875. So 9-year time frame. Let's take a look. I apologize. What's next? St. Michael's, founded in 1847, where Springfield had a population of 10,000. Okay, let's take a look at that. Yeah, let's definitely take a look at that one. Population of 10,000. And this is what they felt they needed. This is what they built. This. St. Michael's Cathedral. Springfield, Massachusetts. Population 10,000 in the 1800s. Wow. Oh, and that organ. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We do not build them like this anymore. Amazing. And then this is the Cathedral of the Holy Cross, which, it was built in 9 years in Boston. So Sorry, I'm getting tangled up in my stupid cord. So let's take a look. 1840s Boston. This is what they were building. Multi-storied stone, granite, limestone, brick, stained glass, vaulted ceilings. Just incredible. Wow. I guess people were just more pious back then and really made those hammers and chisels work as hard as they could. Got up on their ladders, their step ladders. God bless them. Look at that. What they did with their step ladders and hammers and chisels and horse and wagon. Hardy people. Hardy people. Alrighty. What is this? What is this? Oh, we already looked at that. St. Anthony is of Padua. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And the stories that we're told and that we buy. Well, no more. No more. Oh. I think I have to start a new video. Okay, and finishing up here, I have two more cathedrals that I want to peruse with you, and then we'll go into the insane asylums, which is quite interesting. So here we will take a look at St. Augustine Cathedral in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Okay, this is Connecticut, neighboring to Massachusetts, but still, it was built in 2 years. 1866 to 1868, according to Wikipedia. And at that time, the population of Bridgeport, Connecticut, in 1860 was 13,000. So let's take a look at their cathedral, shall we? Oh, I already clicked on it. I have it ready to go. Aren't you proud? St. Augustine's Cathedral, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Built in, what did I say, 2 years? Yeah. And again, Bridgeport, Connecticut, 1860, population of 13,000 people. Built in 2 years. Now the outside may not look so impressive, but it's pretty high. They've got the pointed steeple, the bell tower, the material that stands the test of time, and the multiple archways that intersect. The elaborate archways, the pillars, the symmetry, the rose window. There's probably a pipe organ in there somewhere. Let's see. Oh. The same. It's different. Yeah, I think that's different. No, it's probably the same. Anyway, beautiful. And what kind of material is that steeple? Well, it's metal of some kind. Beautiful. Or maybe that's just the way the sun is shining. At any rate, and the next cathedral that we will look at, and the last, again in Connecticut, Norwich, Connecticut, built in 6 years, between 1873 and 1879. The population of Norwich, Connecticut at that time in 1870 was nearing 17,000 people. Let's take a look at what those 17,000 people did for their town. in the 1800s. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look at that. Look at that. And again, my videos are not for their narration. It's for the imagery and the information and the timelines, the ridiculous time. Oh, look at this. Ah, the ceilings, the archways, the stained glass, the symmetry, the design. This is inspired. The people at this time were truly inspired. We're living in peace. Perhaps during the millennial reign of Christ. I mean, this is obviously taken with a fisheye lens, but, and why, I don't know. Amazing, amazing. That's copper. Probably for energy transmission. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. So there, that is the last of the cathedrals and the churches. Now we will move into the insane asylums. Because it's amazing how many insane asylums were all throughout the land in the 1800s. And their castles. So one, why do insane people need to live in a castle? Two, why are there so many insane people in the 1800s? And I mean, here's a list of the defunct Massachusetts asylums in Massachusetts from the 1800s. Okay. And here's what some of them looked like. Can you say castle? Hello? Oh, that's just the administration building. My bad. I mean, look at that. Look at that. How many insane people were running around Massachusetts in the 1800s? Look at that castle. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, okay. Wow. All right. So that's one of them. Here's another. Medfield State Hospital. Oh, let's see. I want to read a little of the history. Worcester Lunatic Asylum and the Bloomingdale Asylum. The hospital dates back to the 1830s because there were just so many insane people that needed to be locked up in a castle. Why were people deemed insane back then? Why were so many people being locked up? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they weren't going along with the narrative after the cataclysm and the last Great Reset. And we're getting ready for another Great Reset, according to Klaus Anal Schwab. Anyway, so all of these crazy people had to be locked up in castles in the 1800s. 1833, the Worcester Insane Asylum opened. It was the first of its kind in the state. During the first year, 164 patients were received. As the facility soon became overcrowded because, 1800s, a lot of crazy people in Massachusetts, Superintendent, whatever, called for the construction of a new asylum. A massive structure was to be laid out in the Kirkbride plan. Okay, let's look at the Kirkbride plan. Lithograph of the Kirkbride. Sorry, my computer's very, very, very slow, apparently. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, this is just a lithograph, but a dome, columns, how many wings and stories and why? Look at this! For insane people in the 1800s in one state. And I just did a search for insane asylums in the 1800s, and I got these castle-like buildings all over the United States. All over. In every state. All right. So here's, let's see, the Medfield State Hospital. Originally, the Medfield Insane Asylum is a historic former psychiatric hospital complex in Medfield, Massachusetts. Let's see. Okay, well, that's not so fancy. Established in 1892 as the state's first facility for dealing with chronic mental patients. At the height of the complex included 58 buildings. At its height, the complex included 58 buildings on a property of some 1.4 square miles. 2,200 capacity in the late 1800s. Scary. Taunton State Hospital. State Lunatic Hospital in Taunton, established in 1854. Look at this. A dome, pillars. In 1851, the Massachusetts General Court appointed a commission to find a site for a new asylum to relieve the pressure of a rising patient population from its only facility in Worcester. And that's the first one we looked at. This castle. So this one opened in 1854, closed in 1975. Wow. From the 1930s, juvenile facilities, crisis centers, sick wards, group homes. The large, sprawling campus, located on a hill, offered fresh air and sunlight. Ah, that's nice. I wonder how big this one was. Located on a large 154-acre farm. 154 acres. Locking people up. Lots of people up. Scary. And here's Westboro. Another castle. Let's see. Westboro State Hospital, Westboro Insane Hospital. Sat on more than 600 acres. The core campus area is located north of Massachusetts, Route 9. The hospital was established in 1884. The existing buildings were renovated to accommodate the needs of a mental hospital and was opened in 1886. This was the first homeopathic hospital for the insane. Wow, it's a little better. The pioneering African-American psychiatrist Fuller spent the majority of his career practicing at the hospital in the early 1900s. There he performed his groundbreaking research on the physical changes to the brains of Alzheimer's disease patients. Anyway, here's another Danvers State Hospital, also in Boston. This palace is in New York, but Not sure where this one is. But again, I did a search for 1800s insane asylums, and look at all these palaces. This one's in New York. Poughkeepsie, New York. Oh man, didn't need to open that. Okay, I'm going back. Not sure where this one is located. But go away. I mean, these are massive castles for locking up Kentucky, Russia, Poughkeepsie, New York. I mean, these are palaces, these are castles, they're on huge plots of land for the quote-unquote mentally insane. People who weren't going along with the reset narrative. What caused the reset? I don't know. A huge catastrophe of some kind where they were digging out these old buildings and founding them, claiming them as their own, it's just, history is a story. It's all a lie, and, well, we're starting to uncover their lies, so, yeah, I'm going to end it here. The first episode on my channel, newly named Truth in All Things, because I do seek truth in all things, as we all should. And this concludes my exploration of Massachusetts. I hope you enjoyed it, and apologies for the him-hawing and my terrible narration, but, I'm sure I'll get better with time. All right, God bless. Bye for now.